G'day guys, Corron here. How are you doing? Basically, this is just a bit of an update. It's been a while since I've put out a video, I think. I'm not really sure, life has been absolutely insane. But I haven't shown you guys my Mocha Latte Stout 2.0. Now, for those of you who are new subscribers or maybe don't really know what I'm talking about, a while ago I made a beer, the first ever International Brew Series beer, with my mate Nexia from Greedy Dragon Brewing, and it was a Mocha Latte Stout, and it was a fantastic beer. Seriously, one of the best stouts still to this day that I've ever had. But one of the things we didn't really take into account was the increased IBUs when you combined two pre-hopped kits and have a reduced volume in your batch size. So I basically decided to do my own kind of version, which is pretty much the exact same setup as the original, except I treated the oats that I toasted myself at home in the oven. I treated it more like a mash, even though I'm not trying to convert any of the sugars in there, but I basically did 60 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes. For the oats, to try and get as much of the goodness out that I could. Cold steep the beans just like I did before, the coffee beans. Did an extra teaspoon of vanilla extract in secondary, just as I was about to keg it. So 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract with no preservatives, and that was basically it. But what I did is I omitted the Cooper's Dark Ale kit and instead put 1.7 of, or 1.5, sorry, of just basic dark malt extract, with no pre-hopped sort of goodness in there. Anyway, there is a little bit of an issue with head retention. Sometimes you get that when you do stouts in kegs, and I've only got I've only got CO2. I don't have, you know, the extra kind of gases and nitrogen and all that kind of crap that go into it. But one thing you need to remember, there is nothing wrong with using chocolate in stout, or chocolate, I mean real chocolate. I'm not talking about chocolate grains, actual chocolate in any beers, craft style beers. The only problem you may come into with using chocolate is if you use chocolate that has a high fat content. Because just as you might have seen from CraigTube, when he has his real famous, you know, his cervezas and stuff like that, as soon as you add oil into a beer, it cuts through the head. Doesn't take away from the flavour, but it cuts through the head straight away. Oil does that, okay? There is a lot of fat and oil in commercial high-fat chocolate. What you need to do is you need to get like an 85 or 86, whatever it is, even 90% cocoa chocolate. But the fault that I made this time around is everything was okay, but the cocoa powder that I used in it on top of the 100 gram block of chocolate, I thought it was low grade, like low fat content, but I accidentally used the wrong type. So there's a little bit too much fat in this, even though I filtered most of it out. But anyway, let's have a pour. I've been rambling on for way too long. It's almost bloody three minutes. Let's give this a crack. Ooh, not too bad. You guys see that all right? Give it a bit of a smell. It's been a while since I've had one. Whoa, hot diggity damn. See that there? Hang on, trying to zoom in a bit. Now look how creamy that looks. Obviously it's black as the ace of spades, but yeah, look. That's just, wow. Oh, the well, the vanilla's really come through nicely there. I'm gonna give this a taste. Oh, wow. Oh man, guys. Oh gosh. This is at least almost 2 months old, I think. Not quite 2 months, but look, what I did is one of the best things to do. One of the best things to do, guys. By the way, Cooper's Dark Ale, fantastic kit. Sorry, Cooper's Dark Ale, fantastic beer. If you happen to be in Australia or somewhere where you can actually buy this stuff, it's so worth it. What I've done is I've turned down, I don't know if you can see that, but I've turned down the temperature of the fridge to pretty much halfway or just below halfway. So it means that when I pour this out, the stout is already at pretty good drinking temperature. Otherwise, most of the time you'd have to leave it out. I just have to drink a little bit more. Oh, the temperature is perfect. Oh man, it pays. It pays to take the time to actually bring down the temperature in the fridge. But look, this head. Look at this head. It is sticking around really well. So anyway, guys, this is a really good beer. I'm going to put it on the Brew Crew if it's not already on there. Actually, it's already on there. Hopefully I'll put a link down below showing you guys the wish list of the 2.0. And like next year, mate, if you're watching this video, please try this. It is absolutely fantastic. Basically, all I did is, you know, it's easy as it's easy as to follow. It's a really lovely beer, amazing stout. It hits all the notes that I wanted it to hit. I'm extremely proud of it. So anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff. If you like my content, please, yeah, thumbs up, and we'll do all that jazz. And yeah, ask some questions down below, and I'd love to get to know you and say g'day. So anyway, I've got another video coming up just right now showing you another beer that I've done as well, which is completely empty now. This one. Completely empty, but you get that with kegging. So anyway, guys, keep it easy as. G'day, guys. Just wanted to show you a brew that I made up, which had a little bit of an issue, but it seems to have all panned out now. Now, just bear in mind when I pour this, it's probably going to be fairly pale in colour, and maybe not as clear as I would have liked it to have been, but that, my hypothesis or understanding of the situation is that may have had more to do with the extra hops that I put in. And as some of you may be aware, when you dry hop in kegs and stuff, depending on your method and how good the straining and the filtration process is, obviously at times you will get a little bit more of a cloudier beer. Doesn't mean it tastes bad or anything like that. Look, I'm preaching to the converted, so you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this was a really easy as beer, and I'll give you a look. Whoop, little bit of a head on that one there. There we go. Can you guys see that there? I'm sure you can. The lighting's not the best here, but basically, there we go. Guys, look alright. It's definitely chilled, so you're gonna lose some of the clarity there just in that process. But basically, this is a really nice beer. It's been dry hopped. It had some flame additions of Enigma and Galaxy, and also dry hop with the exact same amount, so 15 grams of each flame out, 15 grams of each dry hop. But dry hop was done differently. I basically put it in about maybe 300 mils of boiling water in a hop sock for about, I don't know, 25 minutes, something like that. And then I poured I guess, the team mixture that strained through into the keg as I was bottling. As I was kegging. It's coming along really nice. Now, I think the reason why, let me just get the camera here. I think the reason why, guys, I wanted to show you this beer specifically as part of the update, to be quite honest, is because this was very easy. Now, most of the times you guys may, I don't know, if you do extracts, you might do steeping grains and things like that, which is really, really cool. But you know, if you're doing it just for head retention or extra proteins and things like that, with regards to the head retention, my experience, and from what some of my fellow brewers have been telling me as well, is that you just need extra malt. That's going to assist with that. If you want color, or you're following the color system, and you're wanting some specific flavors that may come from grains, then, you know, by all means do it. But really, this here, whether or not you can tell, I don't know. This here was just a 2-can brew. So basically, what I mean by that is 2 extract tins. Cooper's Lager, Cooper's Draft. That is it. I did use a Cooper's white packet selection yeast, which comes from the now, I guess, outdated. They don't make the Cooper selection tins anymore, but basically that's all that I used. I didn't even do a boil, guys. No boil. Oh, I said flame out before, but that was actually a lie, sorry. That was a hop tea I did when I was throwing all this together. So hop tea with the hops, then I did another hop tea as I was kegging, okay? So that's basically what I did. And look how easy this is. No real issue there. I'm just trying to get a close-up. With head retention, it's got a decent head. It's just an ale, nothing too fancy. Or a laft, or whatever you want to call it. You know, lager and draft. It's easy as, guys. The only real reason why I wanted to show this is like a keg filler for me. But you know what? Anything that goes in my keg that's a keg filler is going to be a nice tasting brew, or at least I hope it's going to be. But it just goes to show you that you can just throw 2 tins together and have a really nice craft style tasting beer that rivals the stuff you can buy at the store. Even the craft variety of beers you can get at the store, the commercial ones. Now, the only thing you have to keep in mind, guys, when doing 2 cans, there's only one thing which I have forgotten in the past, but am a little bit more anal about now, and that is the IBU count. Because obviously, if you're connecting 2 beers together that have high IBUs, and then you might reduce the volume a little bit, you're going to get an increased bitterness, which you might not have wanted, and you need to do your research. Basically, when Coopers do their bitterness, it's based up to 23 litres. Okay? So if you reduce, say, this, I don't know, a Cooper's Draft down to 19 litres, and you're using just a tin and some extra malt and stuff like that, you're going to get an increased IBU count anyway, because the equation that Coopers are putting onto their kits is based on going up to 23 litres. So just bear that in mind. Head over to the 17 Brew Crew, type in IBUs, I think, in the search bar, and you will get a thread that's been created that actually shows you the list of all the IBUs for all of the tins. And there's also an equation there that shows you how to do the calculation yourself, so you know how many IBUs you're going to get. It's easy as, guys. Check it out. Anyway, I mean, look, the head's dying down a little bit, but I mean, look at the lacing. This is going to continue the whole way down. I mean, how easy is that? I didn't even need to do a boil. Hey, I'm all for boils, but what I'm saying is that the kits have been sanitized. If you go to sanitized fermenter, 2 tins, bam. Hops, bam. Yeast, bam. Good temperature, always. Keg, bottle, boom. I mean, what more could you want?
Come for the brew, stay for the crew.